Hey, Sean Anderson here. Alright, the new Ninja Turtles trailer has finally come out. This movie was announced years ago and it was delayed over and over again, and finally we have a release date in August, and we only just now got our first trailer. And let me tell you, in my opinion, it is freaking awesome. Now, I may not be the world's biggest Ninja Turtles fan, but who doesn't love the Ninja Turtles? I grew up watching the show when I could, and if the internet was around back then, I'd probably watch mostly every episode. But it was back in the day when people still used cable TV, and then there were other families who only had the analog system, and you'd get like 6 or 8 channels. I was one of those. But when that theme song pumped on, and we got the intro, and it was all 3D and around Michelangelo and Ninja Turtles jam, I would literally jump out of my seat and dance around the house, and cut holes in the wall with my toy ninja sword. Even looking back on it now, I love the style of Ninja Turtles, I love the colors, I love the 90s pop culture references. It's like integrated in our DNA. How can you not love Ninja Turtles? There's Transformers, of course, but then there's Ninja Turtles. Everyone knows Ninja Turtles. After Ninja Turtles, you got things like Power Rangers, other heroes where they were color coordinated and fought together and it was on TV all the time, and there were other shows with animals, like cartoons like Biker Mice from Mars, and that one with the shark people and they're like shark heads. None of those really lasted, except for Power Rangers. But Ninja Turtles has stuck it through, and here we come with a brand new live action reboot. So even though I may not have seen every episode of the cartoon show, I have seen every movie that's made, and let me tell you, I love those movies. Jim Henson is a freaking god. And they have raised the bar really high, so there's a lot to live up to with this new movie. So of course in those movies, it was all costumes, it was all live action, it was real, it was tangible, puppets. We loved that. But you gotta be crazy if you think they're gonna do a new Ninja Turtles movie that way. So of course they're going for live action motion capture. The same guys who did Rise of the Planet of the Apes, Gollum and Lord of the Rings, what a workshop. And in this first trailer, I think we get a pretty good look at the Turtles, and you know what? I think they look great. Of course we saw that costume and everyone's a little concerned that maybe it looked a little dumb. Then we saw the action figures, which looked a little bit better than that costume. But really those things were a great introduction into what ultimately these Ninja Turtles were gonna look like. And I don't know, I'm okay with it. I think they look pretty darn good. You have one Ninja Turtle who lands in front of April O'Neil at the end of the trailer, and it's kind of like a long head to toe shot. And then we cut to Michelangelo and we get a really good close up where he takes off his mask and everything. There's a moment where they're sliding down the mountain and they have funny banter back and forth like classic Ninja Turtles style. And I'm not gonna lie, it hit my nostalgia buttons. And that part where Raph flips into the air and he smashes his back into that Humvee and it just explodes and obliterates. That's pretty sick. And as far as I can recall, they've never done anything like that in a Ninja Turtles movie or any of the shows. So I'm really excited to see what other kind of things like that they do, introducing new fighting techniques and styles that the Ninja Turtles can use to beat people up. And if you look closely, of course, every Ninja Turtle has his proper weapon. Raph with his sais, Donatello with his bow staff, Michelangelo with his nunchucks, and Leonardo with his samurai swords. So this is a Ninja Turtles movie through and through. No time travel, no girl turtle, at least I hope not. Or if they do introduce some sort of female turtle character, hopefully she's not like a ninja warrior like them or a 5th Ninja Turtle, or you know what I mean? They tried it once, it didn't work, let's just move on. I think it's gonna be a lot of fun, it's gonna be action packed, it's gonna be epic and cinematic, the most cinematic Ninja Turtles movie we've ever had. That's what Michael Bay is great at. He's not directing this, mind you, he's producing it, but this movie's gonna have his flair. And that means lots of explosions, lots of action, lots of special effects, lots of VFX, and lots of Megan Fox. But hopefully we'll see a lot more Turtles than Megan Fox. And William Fichtner as Shredder, oh, I love William Fichtner. Is that how you say his name properly? Prison Break, oh my gosh, he just broke my heart. He's always got that look in his eyes like, you know, he's seen so much, he's kind of tired, but he's got a fire inside, and a mission on his heart, and a dream to pursue. And the trailer seems to indicate that his Shredder character has something to do with the origin story of the Ninja Turtles. And when we saw the ooze jar, it said TCRI on it. Yay! Not TGRI, TCRI. So already there's some ways where this movie is paying better tribute to the comics than some of the other stories have. I feel like the major internet cry that happened over the script of this movie and Michael Bay's initial comments way back when have maybe really helped to shape what it's ultimately becoming. It's called Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles now instead of just Ninja Turtles. And the Ninja Turtles aren't an alien species. They're mutants from an ooze that came out of a bottle that says TCRI. And it seems that all their personalities seem to be there. Mikey's funny, Leo's the leader, hopefully Raph is the rebel without a cause, and Donatello seems really smart. He's got all these gears and steampunk type paraphernalia over him. Michael Bay and his team seem to know that there is an audience out there that really want this to be done right and well. And from what I've seen, it's gonna be done right and well. Is it gonna be perfect? Well, let's think about this. Could it be perfect? There seems to be two major fans of this franchise. The ones who love the comics, that gritty, raw action vibe, and all the special details that separate it from the cartoon. Really comical, really funny, classic characters. And now there's one area where I hope this movie does go into a lot more, is classic characters. Are we ever going to see Krang, for instance? I know people have wanted to see a live action interpretation of him for a long time. All in all though, it's a teaser. We don't know what to expect still really from this movie. But I love trailers, I love teasers, and I want to watch this thing over and over again. I've already watched it like 10 times, and I'm ready to go watch it again. I don't know about you, but I'm going to be first in line to see that movie, and I really can't wait. But you see, you have to go into a movie like this with a certain expectation. You have to understand it's separate from those other Ninja Turtle universes. It's its own thing. They're gonna change things around. It's gonna feel a little different. Every Ninja Turtle series feels a little different. And if one screws up majorly, it doesn't actually affect the others, unless you let it. I like reboots, I like sequels. If there's a bad reboot or a bad sequel, the only thing about that bothers me is whether or not it reduces the chances of another sequel or reboot to happen because it was unsuccessful. But otherwise, in the end, if it's not that great, we still have everything else Ninja Turtle style to be happy about. And you can be sure that someday, sometime along the line, they'll reboot it again. But I'm crossing my fingers. I actually have hope. I think it's going to be really good. I think there's going to be more sequels, and I hope they start to bring in more Ninja Turtles characters. So come on, internet, it's okay to be loud and proud and give your opinions about this thing. I'm totally convinced that it was the fans' outcry that kind of molded this into a better product than it would have been otherwise. So what do you think? Are you ready to see this movie? Are you excited? Did you enjoy the trailer? Or do you feel like your child has been ripped apart and disintegrated into 1,000 pieces and you'll never get it back? Let me know what you think in the comment section below, and I'll see you next week. If I could eat pizza every single day for the rest of my life, I would.